There are reports that Meghan Markle's lifestyle brand could be in trouble. The Duchess of Sussex has reportedly asked US authorities for more time to get her lifestyle brand American Riviera Orchard up and running. The Daily Mail reports that Meghan Markle's legal team is seeking an extension from the American Patent Office to secure a trademark for the brand. An application for the trademark for her jams and homemade goods was made earlier in the year, but the bid was rejected due to issues with the filing. According to the Daily Mail, the application wasn't even signed and there wasn't enough money sent over. The Duchess was given 3 months to address errors to the application, and she has reportedly asked for another 3 months to complete this, and if the deadline is missed, the application will need to be started again. It's raised speculation that this lifestyle brand may not take off at all. In April, the Duchess sent PR packages of strawberry jam to several celebrities, including Kris Jenner, which was posted on social media pages. Royal commentator Josh Rom joined Power Hour for the latest on the Royal News. Meghan Markle has issued a statement after attending a Thanksgiving event last week without Prince Harry. Now, reports suggest that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are navigating a professional separation. That's what they're calling it, with their work relationship reported to be in a very bad state. Josh, what's your understanding of this?
Well, I'm not really surprised at this at all because, let's be honest, Meghan was a D-list actress before she met Prince Harry. And, well, their massive break into Hollywood has, in a nice way, it hasn't gone as planned. She's had friends deserting her left, right and centre. She's fallen out with people such as Katy Perry. You know, it's been very widely reported that her personal relationships with the likes of Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King aren't what they were. So this is probably her trying to distance herself from maybe Harry's problems with the royal family to try and break into Hollywood again and to try and put her Hollywood career back on track. Because when we look at what's coming up on Netflix, especially with Harry's next project, he's got the documentary series Polo, which is set to be released on the 10th of December. And it will, I quote, provide viewers with unprecedented access to the world of professional polo, known primarily for its aesthetic and exclusive social scenes. This is going to follow elite global players. It's been primarily shot at the US Open Polo Championship, but there's nothing like relatability for the world than an elitist sport known to be popular amongst, well, the rich, really, and it's meant to be quite exclusive, you know, very relatable, isn't it? So it's no wonder that Meghan wants to maybe distance herself from that. You know, she does have a cooking show coming out potentially within the next year. So I think while she wants to go down the whole kind of lifestyle brand element separate to Harry, this is a real crucial time for the Sussexes professionally. And actually, you know, when we look at them, you know, their quasi-royal tours that they've taken part in, you know, what do they represent? They just represent themselves. All they're doing is visiting disadvantaged areas and preaching virtue signaling slogans. You know, they're not representing countries. They're not actually making any meaningful change in the world, apart from talking about their philanthropic efforts, which are just them preaching to the world, really. So I think Meghan is trying to distance herself on purpose because I think it's clear she wants to go down the Hollywood route. And bearing in mind, we know Harry's hatred of the press, I don't think that's going to be something that he'll be too comfortable with.
You mentioned the new series about polo, and Netflix has released the official trailer for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's new 5-part reality series. It's, of course, produced under the Archwell banner, and it's part of the Sussexes' $100 million 5-year deal with Netflix that's expected to expire in 2025. But let's just take a look at that trailer.
Imagine going on a horse at 35 miles an hour with someone coming at you at full speed.
The adrenaline that goes through your body, it's addicting.
Polo is not just a sport. Polo is a lifestyle.
You've already mentioned that it's not that relatable, a series about polo. How well do you think it will go?
Well, I'm not too sure because, I mean, will it be interesting? Are people going to want to tune in? Maybe, but this isn't necessarily a groundbreaking documentary series about a new and innovative topic as much as they try to pitch it. It's just a look at an elitist sport known to be popular amongst the rich. I mean, it's not necessarily a sport that everybody watches. It's not necessarily a sport that the wide public around the world will be genuinely interested in. This is quite a niche topic. So we'll wait and see how well it goes. But I think what this does show, it does show the fact that Harry and Meghan they're scratching for ideas, they're clawing for ideas, they're desperate to try and release anything. But, you know, we were promised meaningful, philanthropic documentary series to promote messages. And Prince Harry, he's coming out with polo. So what it shows is if they're not relating, if they're not slamming the royal family, what do they actually have to offer? That's the question.
Well, it's a good point. Look, we're getting towards the end of the year now. Can you believe it? And the royal family is preparing for Christmas at Sandringham, with the festivities expected to cause some chaos among blended families and unexpected guests. There are reports that Prince William and Princess Catherine are preparing to make their annual trip to the late Queen Elizabeth's country estate with their children. Look, it's going to be a special Christmas, no doubt, after the year that many members of the royal family have had, particularly with the health scare.
Absolutely. And what I really like about this blended Christmas, is what some royal commentators are calling it, is the fact that His Majesty the King has invited his two stepchildren, Tom Parker Bowles and Laura Lopes, to Christmas, and their 5 children. These are all from Camilla's side to the royal family celebration at Sandringham here. So these are the children from Camilla's first marriage to Major Parker Bowles. So what we have is we're going to have this real blended Christmas at Sandringham this year, with all of these other guests that aren't usually on the inner royal family circle guest list, so to speak. We've got these extended members of the family from Her Majesty the Queen's side being invited for Christmas this year. But what I think this really shows, it shows that whilst Harry and Meghan, and again, I'm going to bring it back to Harry and Meghan, because whilst this separation between Harry and Meghan and the rest of the working members of the royal family is there and stark, you know, we have His Majesty the King reaching out to the other side of his family, his stepchildren and his step-grandchildren, relatives that aren't blood relatives, and he's reaching out to them, again, putting on this united front as a family, not just the working members of the family, but actually other members of His Majesty the King's extended family outside the inner royal circle, so to speak. So I think it just makes it clear the separation between Harry and Meghan, between not just the working members, but actually His Majesty the King himself.